two-shot fans. Today we're going to be talking about color grading and color correction on Powerdirector. Wait, what? Premiere? Adobe? Davinci? No, I have Powerdirector. It just works better for me. Alright, let's do this here. Cyberlink Powerdirector 16 because 17 and 18 and 19 aren't really much better, except for some things. And how to make chicken. Here's some potatoes. How long is this? Alright, that's pretty good. Let's work with this potato shot. I'm not sure what we're shooting, but it actually looks not bad for once. A lot of these kitchen shots, the light's not that great. Big Bang Theory in the background. Okay, so this is raw. I don't know what it's shot in. Picture profile 2, possibly? Carlos, can we get the little specs on for that? We're going to use edge enhancement. That's pretty good. Color banding can increase with that. Go to 20 though. Doesn't it look better? Look at that. It's like it's got a little bit more contrast. See how the shadows? Look. And the edges are sharper. Let's crank it right up. Holy, that's intense. Let's get it off this blurry spot so you can see what I mean. That's crazy. But this has to come down. This is going to backfire. It might not here, but it will in other spots. Now let's add some contrast. Contrast is great. Let's just go ahead and put it up to something. How about 30-41 for now? Especially in some lower light situations, and with room lights and not proper lighting, you'll end up getting more of a yellowy, sometimes it seems oversaturated kind of look. You gotta be careful with that. You might not even need saturation, but we'll probably use some anyway. Let's just crank that up to 100. Okay, they look very yellow and the red looks very red, so that's unnecessary, right? Okay, so color enhancement's gonna drop back down to 0. It's black and white. Okay, back in the middle. You know that. How about 123? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice number that everyone can relate to. That looks pretty good. Okay, take a example of this. That's probably. There we go. Okay, so in this spot here, we're gonna take the color enhancements that we have so far. It's not a lot, actually. Oh yeah, that's really good. Okay, that's some nice, tasty, yellowy potatoes. All those presets look interesting, but HRD, HDR is what I mean. Okay, strength, crank that up. Holy macro! Let's take that off for a second. Just exaggerated, eh? You get these flashing effects. That's going to come down after production of the video. Okay, 100, let's drop that down to 0. Now let's bring it up to 20, nice 20. And let's get the radius. It's still flashing. I gotta know here right now. Okay, let's save this. We'll just save it under potatoes. Okay, so this is potatoes 101. And this is how to color edit potatoes, because I'm just gonna make a whole channel of how to make your potatoes look good on video. Oh my god. No, not 30, 24. Thank you very much. Data, potato. And start. Ready to watch it? Okay, you've got this glimmering. Let's take 20 back to. Let's take this back to 5. 1, 2, 3, and take this to 10. So it's slow. Oh yeah, remember, color grading and correction are different things. A lot of people call color grading, like this guy was telling me the other day, and he's a know-it-all, right? And he was saying that, you know, this looks here. I color graded it a little differently, and it looks like those trees here that you tried to film, but it looked a little too gray. I think what he meant was color correction, is in making it the color that it is supposed to look like in real life versus what you have on film or in your final cut.
Okay, right here we're trying some different presets. Some of these ones are ones I've used before, and I'm not going to go with them because I was looking for something a little more serious. Okay, now this is split toning. I like to use it a lot to help enhance your highlights and your shadows. You have to turn your saturation up. If your saturation's at 0, then the hue will be meaningless. That just sets what color you're gonna adjust the hue to. This kind of looked interesting here, this sort of bluish purplish look. And I kind of like that, but I obviously would turn the saturation down and then made it a little less purple, more blue, so we went to around 215. For the shadows, we're going to have a lower number, reddish orange. Take the saturation down lower, obviously. You know, around 10 is all I needed there. I could have maybe even had that up a little higher, but that's just where I decided to go. white balance. This needed to be a bit more blue. I thought it was a little too yellow, so I brought the white balance all the way down to 40. The green was too intense. The whites, the highlights more, so we brought the purple tint up to 52. Turn the brightness down just a bit, give it a bit more dramatic look. We're going to add some effect lines on the timeline just underneath the clip, which will create preset-like color effect. We use this colorized glow. I turned it right down, so it's actually slightly darker.
The colorized glow filter is similar to the glow filter, but it generates the glow from a single channel, and then applies a gradient to the glow.
Now sepia is like a color tone you can put over top of it. I gave it kind of a bluish, greenish look. When using sepia in these small percentages like this with different colors, it can create more of a softer, cinematic-like look. Now here's Powerdirector, as I spoke about. We're into Powerdirector now, where we're enhancing the saturation of specific colors, the reds and the yellows. And you can see the histogram there. We'll look at that more a little later. I only did a small bit in Powerdirector, enhancing yellows and reds, so the histogram will be kind of irrelevant. However, we'll be able to take a look at the histogram for the final examples that I did, and take a look at everything. Yeah, the first clip is where we didn't use the preset. So with the film look preset, it gives it more of a gray, really dingy, dramatic look, and we're gonna need to add more saturation, I think, with it, and some vibrancy. Video denoise, of course, is just like it sounds, just trying to smooth out grainy type of film, and adding a bit of sharpness. So essentially, you lose a bit of sharpness with that. You can add sharpness back. I add more sharpness when I add more video denoise. But I know what you're saying, just don't add video denoise or sharpness and it would be the same, but it's not actually. So let's just look at it like it's a sharper look, but less grainy. Okay, we've jumped ahead here a little bit, and you can see I've added a new effect line called Color Choker. We're going to talk about that in a minute. This one here has Color Choker, the second one. The third one is the same as the second one, it's just that it has all three of the effects: the sepia, the colorized glow, and the Color Choker. As you can see, we brought the white balance back up. That's because of the sepia. It created more of a greener, bluer, so a bit more purple tint wasn't so bad. We put the contrast back up to 70 because you lose some of that, so.
The BCC Color Choker filter posterizes and blurs colors in an image clip for creative and artistic results.
You can see where there's red intensity, red input black, red input white, red choke 1. I'm sure everyone knows what that is. We're honestly going to get more into that in the future. That's really complicated stuff. You have to be like at least in grade 46 to know that stuff. Mixed with original is almost at 200, so it's a very subtle effect to enhance the reds and the shadows a bit. Okay, the histogram for the raw potatoes is perfect. There's no clipping on the brights or the shadows. Now you can see especially the blues move to the left, but still are not clipping. Now in clip number 2, the darks are clipping. This is unacceptable. Yeah, see? Not losing your information. Now this version with more saturation and yellows is not clipping either. And look at how much color is in the histogram. It's just marvelous. Now with this more purple look, which is very creative, the darks are just out of control. You should basically just quit editing video if you ever come up with something like this. If you're in my class, you're fired. You get a C. In my next video, I'm going to be showing some clips where I edited mainly in the Powerdirector, where we can use the We'll be back with more stuff later. It'll be more educational, and I'll probably try finding a Vectorscope somewhere because we don't have those here either. It's really complicated, you know, like I don't have time to do all this work. I got like weightlifting to do, and I gotta make progies from time to time. I hope you enjoyed this though. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and subscribe.
What the hell am I even doing?